with another episode of The Devil's Advocate. And I want to thank everybody for joining us in today. For those of you guys that do not know, we got a special new co-host. I know, you know, I'm feeling kind of good today. And of course, I've got my man up here, my main man. He don't grow no hair, but you know, I just want y'all to know he be up there doing it. My main man, Head Sanford. What's going on, buddy boy?
What's up?
What's going on? You grow some hair this week? No, you ain't got no hair. You ain't got no hair. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all asked for it. Yeah, you did. You asked for it. And you know, she's one of my administrators in the room. We love her to death. So we said, you know what? We're going to see what she's going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the incomparable Nikki G. Hey. What's going on? Go speak on into the object right there.
I am speaking. I'm here to represent for the ladies.
Okay. Wait a minute. We're getting ready today. Before we get started, I think I got another special guest that's at the door. So we need to go and let him in because I told you it was gonna be some shenanigans today. Didn't I tell you that?
Y'all better not try to gang up on me.
Oh, no,
I can handle myself. I can handle myself.
Yeah. So he's up in the thing. In fact, Nikki, do me a favor, darling. Tell him to come to the back door. I think he on that stuff again. And we getting ready today. And before we get started, I just want to take a solemn moment out. Because this is what I got to do before we get started. Last week, I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming. That's why when I called, he didn't answer. I said he's around the corner. We got my main man here, Stanley. He in town to wreak havoc. Hello, Stanley. How you doing? Mr. Baby Wipes himself.
Hello, America.
Hello, America. And now he just tearing up the mic.
It don't matter. I'm sorry.
You just tearing up the mics this morning, bro. Okay, there you go.
Hear me now?
Okay, we can hear you now.
Hello, America. How y'all doing?
Okay. Head Sanford, you okay over there, bro? Okay.
Is that a real goat?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Stanley, of course you know Nikki G. How you? That's Mr. Well, now you do.
All my teeth showing. I'm saying, I'm like a little kid.
See that? It made my goat fall off. You made my
goat
goat
speech
fell
just
all off your shoulder now.
I know, all off the shoulder. And they, of course, we got our main black man, Super Dave. How you doing there, bro?
Sup?
He angry again today.
Wakanda forever.
Somebody, thank you. I gotta get my goat. Okay, we gonna have to do this. So let me take a solemn moment out here for a second. Because I want to say this before we get into our shenanigans. We're going to take a break, then we come back. Last weekend, I had a dear person that was very dear to me for numerous years pass away. And she was an integral part of my life. And I want her family to know and anybody else to know if they're in the sound of my voice here at the Devil's Advocate, we are sending prayers and condolences to the Griffin family here in Little Rock. Keita Bear was an ex-girlfriend of mine, and we were together for numerous years. And it came to me that she passed away in her sleep. So I want to tell the Griffin family that we love you guys. We're praying for you. And that, I think, and I'm just going to be real brief, that so often once we get past a certain age, once we start seeing our grades kick in, we get to a point that we think that because we've seen so many of our friends, we get normalized with our friends dying, our parents dying, our relatives dying, that we think that we can just kind of do anything because we can kick out at any day. And because we think we can kick out at any day, that nothing matters. But because we can go at any moment, because we can go to sleep and not wake up, what we do in life matters more now than it ever did. So I just want to say, take time and that you guys know you're in our condolences. The Devil Advocate family are praying for you guys. God's grace and mercy is on you guys. And, of course, if you need anything, of course, you know how to reach Django. I know her family members, if they're hearing this, just don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we love you guys. Okay.
Yeah, I want to send some love out to the family of Con Cotton as well. Classmate of mine, that's why I'm in town. So shout out to Tiffany, his wife, the 4 daughters, Kareem, his brother, Kareem, his nephew, his father, Tony, Big brother Cotto. Shout out to the Cotton family putting peace and love around all y'all at this difficult time, man.
All right then. That's what I'm talking about.
Now let's get with some shenanigans.
Okay, then we time for shenanigans. Okay. I gotta get my goat. Just hold on, y'all. I gotta get my goat because my goat.
Hey, while you getting your goat? Yeah. Hey, Dave, can I borrow $30 million for my parade?
Oh, you want $30 million?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a parade.
Oh, my goat she just won't
goat.
act right. Hold on, get on back up there now. There you go, boo. Okay, we gonna do this. Okay. Today,
yeah, a real goat. That still got
have
the
a real
price
goat, but they
tag
won't give
on it.
He gonna take it back every week. And bring it back.
Won't lift the fur off it.
You should.
And you better get it from towards us.
Yeah.
In
going
a
out of business.
Valentine's Day gift bag.
Yeah, I got this on sale. I got my goat on sale for
Why the goat got smudges on the? Never mind.
Thank you. It's sticky too. By the way. So anywho. So today we had a topic blow up in the room this week, and it was very interesting. Head Sanford, do you have a chance to remember that topic?
Yeah, it was about the husband wanting to file joint taxes so that his child support can be caught up, his past due child support or arrears child support.
Ooh, my leg's shaking.
Yeah.
My leg's shaking.
So the wife said no.
Oh, Jesus, Father.
He asked what she being.
Agree with the wife.
Take me to the king. I don't. Okay, can we argue?
Let's argue. Say something.
So, Nikki, I got to close my eyes. I can't look at you and talk at the same time. You agree with the wife?
I do.
But I'm pretty sure he was in the arrears and child support before y'all got married.
But see, that's a question. That's a situation that needs to be addressed before marriage.
Okay then.
Like, I mean,
so
are you behind on your child support? I
there
like
probably
to
wasn't
travel.
no secret.
Can you get a passport?
Well, here's the thing. Check this out. Let's do this for radio.
Okay.
I always wanted to go with you anyway in my head, so it's cool.
Okay.
So we together and we dating, and we can't go out as much because my check a little short. And you know I got kids because Facebook, the Facebook detectives know whoever. Okay, so
Yeah.
So you know I got kids. My check a little short. We get married. The kids probably in the wedding. You done probably got into it with the ignorant baby mama that's got me on child support 2 or 3 times before we got married.
Right.
And now you done got your taxes. Since you want to get that new Camry, I can't pay my child support. Oh, okay. Then.
I don't want to pay child support.
Well, if they arguing about taxes, they ain't finna get no Mercedes. they probably getting a Camry or a Nissan Versa or something like that.
Daewoo. Yeah, we get nothing like that.
But I'm just saying, like, okay. All right, let me put on my Republican hat. I think that if you're married, I'll put it like this. If that was a woman saying that she wanted child support to be taken care of because she wasn't getting money from her sorry baby daddy, every woman in that room would have been supporting her. Everyone.
Right, that's what I said.
Everyone. But since it's a bruh who, he trying to do right. He trying to keep the family together because what's going to happen is if that child support ain't cleared up for too long, you're going to be a house of one. And what had happened was, let me tell you what's going to happen.
All my money.
You're going to be sitting at home one day. This is what you're going to hear. How you doing, mister? Can you come with me? They ain't going to even ask no question. They just going to show a badge and say, can you come with me? Then you got to spend some bail money. Well, you probably going to leave him down there. You going to leave him down there, baby?
Yeah,
you going to leave him down there?
He going to work that out.
You would leave him down there, wouldn't you? You just leave him down there. Tuna fish, peanut butter on books.
No, he needs to report to work. If he has a job, I'm going to have to get him out.
So that same money you finna bail him out, well, you could have gave him to get his child support right.
No.
What a bail that day. What a bail. I've been gone too long.
No, I'm going to tell you like this.
You got to ring.
Okay, if you and I are dating.
We go together. Ain't no if.
Okay. Child support will be an issue if you have small kids. I do want to know not only if you're paying your child support that you're spending time, because I don't date men that don't take care of their kids at all.
I take care of my kids. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, I'm just putting it out there. I don't.
I just took a picture of my stepkids a minute ago.
But it's something. Finances is something that need to be discussed prior to marriage. And
you let the thing fall down on it.
I know.
Limp. Did it go limp?
It did. I mean, all the way. But now see how high it is.
Don't let him go limp, Nikki.
He's trying to stick all the way up. But
where's the vibranium when we need
I
it?
just think that we need to file separately. I mean, how much how far behind are we talking?
Let's throw a number out there. Let's
throw a number out.
Okay, if he's behind, let's say 5,000 or less, I may say okay. But if he's like $30,000 and $50,000 behind, no, you need to go get a second job and pay that off.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this:
And your spouse.
since we go together,
And your spouse.
But you my spouse.
Yeah.
And your spouse.
We marry and go together at the same dang time.
Okay.
Listen.
Yeah.
So, let's say it's an astronomical number, and let's say we get back on average. What do most married couples get on average? Probably about 7,000.
About 7,000.
I just want 2 bands to get her so I can be caught up on my payments. You cool with that? With this 5,000, we can go to Puerto Rico, do our thing. We can.
So
go
you're saying the 2,000 is
of R7 because it's a joint tax return. Because without me, you probably gonna get about 3.
Right.
I'll settle for my 3.
Look at the devil working. Breaking up our marriage. So how our marriage gonna be broken up over $3,000 little funky dollars?
I got kids too. What about my kids?
They live with us now.
I
I
wanna
feed
do
them
it.
every day.
But also, wait a minute. Their dad is paying child support, which is
Well,
coming
if he
into
was
our
in arrears,
household.
would you want to give him some money to help him out?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. We good. We agree on that one.
Thank you.
There we go.
There
Yeah.
we go. That'll preach. So, but see,
We're just going to date until you get it caught up.
okay. Well,
So,
okay.
well, what, hold on before you go on, John.
Yeah, I got to go
I'm trying
on
to
this
give me a
one
goat. So if we just gonna date,
Yeah.
well, we your kids gonna we gonna be in the same? We gonna just live in separate houses? We gonna stay together?
Well, we're going to live in separate houses.
Oh, okay then. Oh, okay. Do I have a key? You thinking too long?
She did. That's a hard.
Do I
we
have a key?
beating up on it today. We
Do I have a garage door open?
Fire today.
No, you don't have no garage door.
Do I have some clothes in the other closet?
Nah.
Do I have some clean underwear in the drawer?
You may have a beer in the refrigerator.
Wow.
One beer?
One beer?
I can't even get
She
comfortable
in
with one beer.
violation already. One beer?
So what you got in my house? Everything.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Because I leave before sunrise.
I feel like I'm on an episode of Cheetahs.
Okay.
I'm either on Cheetahs or I'm getting punked 1 or 2. Okay, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So here's the deal. When we're talking about a married union, okay, so now let's just check this out. So now we sitting around here married. Okay, so you want them new pair of red bottoms next week. Know what? Bank closed. You know why bank closed? Because when I need that child support paid, you couldn't do that. So now your red bottoms got to go on hold. Okay. Now, guess what, Boo? Boo want a new car. Hey, Django, it's the 5-year anniversary coming up. Can I get me that new Mercedes? No, but we can't do that. Bank closed, remember? Because now when I go run credit, they say, oh, your child support in arrears.
I don't know.
But see, okay, think about it.
Because I feel like
This gonna be a good
anything
show.
I need, anything I want, if I want a car, I shouldn't have to ask you. I'm going to do it myself.
But we married, though.
We married.
We are married.
We is
And
married.
Maybe that's why I'm divorced.
But check this out, though. but if we married,
That's
check this
why I'm
out.
divorced.
If
Right.
I'm in the arrears, guess what's on your credit report?
Right.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
That'll preach.
So now we in the arrears on child support.
Right. What's wrong, boss? We
I
said.
cannot help you.
So
I
you
am
ain't got to
not-
help me,
I'm
but when
not
your credit report
filing-
come out, you already helped me.
I'm not filing joint for
Okay.
you to catch up with your child support. I'm not. I refuse to.
Well, there's no pressure. Just make sure you save me some room on the couch.
I just think it's something that he should handle, especially if it's a debt that he had prior to marriage.
But here's my question, though. Check this
Now,
out,
if
though.
we're married and say that
Touch my arm. Oh, my God.
if we're married and say that you lost your job,
Okay. That's
now
happened
as
before.
a spouse, and you still have your child support payment. Now I will help you
here,
on
go.
your payment.
So you're not just
Because
all
we're
together.
No, because we're together.
Okay.
You lost your job. You're gonna get further behind. Me as a wife, I'm gonna help you on your payments until you get another job. But I'm not helping you with what you had before you got.
But
with me.
here's my question. Before we got married, all your girls told you I wasn't paying my child support because you got a home girl that worked down in Pulaski County.
I'm gonna find out.
Exactly.
Court
so you
records, I'm
already
gonna
knew.
find out.
You already knew.
Well-
but you loved me anyway.
You loved him.
No, because once I see how far you behind, if it's something like I said, 5,000 and under, I know you could have lost a job. Anything could have happened. But how do you get $30,000 to $50,000 behind on child support?
About 7, 8 kids.
Not only that, but you just
I
haven't
can't
been
speak
paying.
to that, but I will say that I lost a friendship over child support, and so I had a friend that has a young son who, well, he's in college now, but he was working overseas,
Right.
and so he was sending the mama money, but he wasn't paying child support. So when he got back from overseas, he was
move.
$30,000 in the rear.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong
And even though he had receipts and I don't even know if the Cash App was out back then, maybe PayPal or whatever, the judge didn't care. And so that's one way.
That's dirty.
Yeah.
Well, see, always send your payments not to the mother, but through the clearinghouse because
Yeah.
they will keep records. Bad move. You always, because you go in with receipts, the judge will look at that as gifts.
Correct. And that's what
Yeah,
happened to
that's
him.
true.
Right.
That's
So
what happened
I
to him.
encourage y'all men not to give the mother money in her hand. I would send it through the clearinghouse or somewhere you need a paper trail other than receipts and bank
So the
statements.
Cash App don't work.
No, that
No.
ain't gonna work.
PayPal.
No.
Facebook.
Can I
No.
inbox you some money on Facebook?
No,
No.
none of that.
Can I send you a check in my mama name? This got Pampers on the bottom line of the check.
No.
So, and I think with offended men, this is what offended men.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
'cause
so
y'all
much.
were hot about it.
Well, yes, and I was too.
Yeah,
Really
my
hot.
neck's still sweating.
Thank you. Y'all been hot because my thing is, you get people going into these marriages, they want to be separate but equal. And my thing about it, it's like this, Nick G. If I come into and we decide we're gonna do this together, now of course, people get into marriages, they should discuss all of this before they get married. Hey, how many children you got? You got any babies out here by your cousins or your brothers?
Some
or
are coming
whatever?
out the woods,
Thank
later
you.
on,
Thank
knocking
you.
on the door. This
you
your
you
daddy.
got a secret life. You know, you still in love with your
Hey,
ex.
is this your cousin?
So here's my point. If a man, okay, we have blended families. The new dynamic nowadays is blended families. Step.
Can you
dad,
define that?
step-
Because some folks don't know what that means.
Right. Yeah, blended. Not that mean you're drunk.
Don't
Like-
Alicia Keys have
like-
a
like-
song out called Blended Family?
Yeah, blended family.
She don't wear no makeup. She ain't cute no more.
That's drunk family.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness. She's
So-
natural.
She handsome.
So if they blend it, you know what I'm saying? So that means you may get a woman that may have 2 children. They may be teenagers, but dad ain't paid child support forever. Now, as a husband, as a stepfather, I got to come and take up thing. I don't have the right to go and tell her, but them your mistakes you made before I
But
got
what
one.
was she
Yeah,
doing before
exactly.
you?
Huh?
You said they're teenagers. What was she? She was taking care of them before you.
Right. So
Without
my thing
child
is, but I
support.
still have
Allegedly.
a responsibility to take care of them. I
Yep.
can't throw in your face, well, they got nothing to do with me. That was you wanted to open your legs before I got with you. I ain't gonna do up here.
Right.
You get why you ain't making him take care of them.
Why
Blah,
you
blah, blah,
on
blah,
your
blah, blah.
neck,
That's
though?
your responsibility. That's your, so,
Right.
so my thing is, men,
You
we're
ain't
not
my
saying.
daddy. You can't tell me what to do.
But see, it's a way you can
You're not
have
my
that.
daddy, are you?
It's a certain way to have that conversation, though.
Right.
You gotta have that conversation when y'all being intimate, where she can't get no attitude.
Well, I might make her say anything. We be-
Correct.
Thank you.
Correct. You gotta be
No.
intimate.
You got you.
You're not my
everybody
daddy,
had his-
are you?
Okay,
So-
let's flip the script for a minute.
Okay, let's flip the script.
Oh, we
That,
finna roll over, dog.
It's plenty of women
Uh-huh.
that are paying child support. It's plenty of women that do not have custody of their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So say that you were married and she's $10,000 behind and she asks you,
Right.
let's file joint so I can catch up on my child support.
On your child support.
So what are you going to file joint or the interest
Wait a minute, hold on.
spouse?
Let me make sure I understand the question.
It depends.
We married,
And
and,
I owe
and
child support.
we married,
I don't have
and
my
your
kids.
ex-husband got the baby.
Right.
Okay, how old is the child?
5.
5. So we ain't been
5,
together. We ain't been together.
5,
So
8,
that's
and
perfect.
13.
So we ain't been together long. So, okay. And do we have any kids together?
No.
Okay. So here's my thing on that. First of all,
Why ain't
as
got
a
my
re-
kids?
as a real man, I don't care about that.
Okay.
That's for my time.
All right.
As a real man, I'm gonna step in and be active in those kids' life if we married, right?
Right.
So that's step 1 right there. So step 2 is, as a man, I shouldn't be asking a woman to give me nothing, no way, if I got my kids. That's just
Right.
me. I'm just being a real man. And so if you behind 10,000, I will release you from that 10,000 as a man because I got the kids.
Right.
So what I look like asking a woman to give me that's like Mary J. Blige, old sorry husband. wanna
No,
get
but
pregnant.
I'm saying no. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying that are you going to pay you?
I make enough that we can pay that before we get to the income
All
tax.
right
I'm not tripping.
now.
We can
Okay,
put
you
we can
might
get
be
a
my
we can get a
boyfriend.
yes. We can get a payment plan together and work it out. I mean, because if you represent me at that point, and I talk a lot of trash, but I do read the word. And so if you represent me, then we got to represent each other in a certain way.
Right.
And so we need to make sure that we got all that stuff in the rear, so that when we build this empire, can't nothing stop us. Because I'm gonna tell you a true story. Before I had before I had 2 kids, right? Me and Miss Stanley was I was trying to get a truck, all right, and so I went to the truck place and I had like excellent credit, like no issues.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get to the truck place and I got declined. And so I said, well, you mind give me a copy of the report? And they gave me a report. And I had a credit card that was like $8,000 that hadn't been paid. Ain't nobody called and told me nothing. And so, it was cool.
Right.
It was cool. We handled it. I ended up getting the truck like a year later. But I just think it's about communicating, number one. And number two, with all the Facebook detectives out there, you knew I was bad off before we said I do. Because her crazy butt was acting a fool at the wedding rehearsal.
Right.
You already know. She don't want to let that go. Because at the end, if a woman holding a man liable for child support, she don't want him to be happy at all.
Oh my.
Period.
Nah.
At all. Because I'm gonna say, ladies, listen to me. If you got I almost cussed on Christian radio.
Don't.
If you got a hound a dude for child support, he was sorry for y'all had them kids.
Yes, he was. He
Well,
was
I think most women know.
Lord. Uh-oh.
Most women know when they're with someone.
Nigga,
that's
you got
sorry.
some help. Hey, look who's calling in. Nat Cat is calling in. Hold on, wait a minute. Watch this. This is Devil's Advocate Radio. How you doing, Nat Cat? Slap Mac. Big Mac attack. Oh, she hung up. See them Obama phones, man. She'll call back.
Yeah, man, it's almost end of the month, so them minutes getting real low.
I'll send you a fish sandwich and some credits and stuff. So do you think women are a little bit selfish on that, Nikki G? You don't think they selfish just a little bit, just a tanch?
That's a very good question.
That's the answer. Just a tanch.
Ooh, your silence speaks volumes.
Thank you. In a hush.
Well, let me ask this: do women still think they can change a man?
I hope not.
I'm just asking for a friend named Stanley.
Probably the younger women do.
The younger women?
Let me ask my
No,
goat.
some women still think having a child change a man, and it definitely does not. And most women know. You know if you were a sorry man.
Come on, talk to me, somebody.
You already know. Like my mother used to tell me, watch who you lay down with.
And y'all gonna date them anyway.
Because you can get a child with anyone you lay down with. You need to know what type of man that is. So it's never that, well, he wasn't like this. No, you knew. You knew from the beginning.
My auntie Kay say he already grown. What you gonna do?
Mm-hmm. Hold on, we got Slap Mac on the phone. Hey, Nat Cat, how you doing, that woman? Now come and tell me your selfish side of the story. You help me pay my child support on this goat, because me and her got a little one called Nanny.
I'm going to ask you to do better, and once you let it go, it's not yours to tell what to do anymore.
Hey,
and
go
don't
talk to her.
let it go wrongly. I can't help you.
So hold on. So like, okay. So like we might want to go down to Bahamas and do something like strange for a piece of change. I might want to holler for
just FYI, you don't want to take that goat to the Bahamas, bro.
So
that's gonna get curried.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you ain't gonna help me pay the child support, so we can go get on a trip.
With a side of lentils and rice.
So I mean, but don't you think that the joint child support, the joint tax return, isn't that both our money? It's not just your money, right? It's both our money, right?
And a hush fell over Jerusalem.
Right?
No.
No.
It depends on whose income.
Depending on what if I'm the primary breadwinner?
What if we both make $50,000 apiece?
Right. Thank you.
And we both paid in $12,000. No, that's too high. We both paid in $6,000. That's right.
Yeah, about 6,000.
Yeah, help him pay his child support for 5 years, and then he dump you after the daddy.
And that's the problem. That's what the women didn't want to talk about.
Right,
Okay.
right.
No,
you
because
help him
women-
pay, and then soon as he have a zero
That's the
balance,
problem.
he go get that passport, and then you're going to be looking up, and he going to be in the Bahamas
Well, then
with someone.
you hit that sorry joke on his retirement, you get your $5,000 wedding.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. And see, here she goes. She calling back. Hold on. Nat Cat, Obama phones have to be paid up front before you call into the show. They're going to cut you off.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hold on 1 second. Let me go and pay
Ask
that.
Stanley,
You got
he'll
me
tell
done
you.
with that child support and that income taxes.
No, my Obama phone Wi-Fi, bro. I'm straight.
Yeah, child support. Help us pay the child support so we can go and go to the Bahamas and we can have us a curry goat.
Okay.
Yeah. What
right,
the problem
no.
is?
Man, that goat throwing everybody off. I'm just going to tell you. Well, hold on. I got a question. What does Dave think about this?
Yeah, I mean, in fact, let me hand the mic over to Super Dave.
I guess I'll reverse the question. Let's not talk about it from the aspect of child support. If you and I are married and you come in with a debt, should I help you with that debt?
What type of debt?
It doesn't matter.
Any debt.
A debt is a debt. Money is debt.
Anything with
A
student
debt
loans.
is
Student
a
loans
debt.
don't count. Anything with student loans. Because we're going to defer them things.
No,
till we
really,
gone.
honestly, I would handle my own.
So
Although we're
so
one.
that richer or poor, death do apart is just a farce. Those vows that you put together.
If you're in it together, you're together.
If you're in it together. So if you know going in that you got a debt, you
These are
marry him
things that
with
need to
all
be
the baggage
discussed
that comes
prior.
along. I totally agree with you. But once you make that decision that you're going to marry him or her, depending on what standpoint you're in, whatever debt that is, that's you all's debt.
So
That's true,
here's
but
your
that's
answer,
just
though.
not me.
I got the answer. So if there's debt before y'all get married, clear it up before you say I do.
Thank you.
Yep.
That would be
it
That
is.
would be, yes.
Yeah.
I said that earlier. Yes, you need to,
Some of y'all ain't ever
you
get
know,
married.
I know,
right
right?
because
I know.
because all those sisters I see on the mall every Saturday maxing out their credit cards.
Yeah.
Because based on what I've seen in my experience, the number one problem with sisters is maxing out their credit cards.
But credit
Okay.
card debt don't scare me.
All right.
No, I'm not worried about credit
but
card
but
debt.
again, it depends on debt is debt regardless of how you get it.
I agree with
Well,
that.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't, because child support, that's a priority debt.
Yeah.
You
Right.
go to jail.
Child
That's a
support ain't going
jailhouse.
nowhere, bro. Child support will ruin your
and-
life.
And if you throw that aspect in there, so you married, and I think you all brought up the point earlier that you're married, so you'd rather him go to jail than to go ahead and help him with that
No,
debt.
she looked to my eyes and changed her opinion on that.
Oh, okay.
My eyes changed her mind.
Well, I mean, and I'm not.
I'm gonna come bail you out.
But again,
Yeah.
you're gonna bail him out.
You
But
gotta go to work.
have you ever had to bail anybody out that was in jail for child support?
Pay that child support.
Ain't no such thing.
There's no such thing as bail for child support.
Oh, you can get them out. You pay
you-
10%.
No,
You pay, I think it's
darling.
10%.
Not on child
You're
support.
not listening
You
to
gotta
me.
have it in full.
You're
before you get
listening. You're talking to men who have been through this.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just got out last
If
Tuesday.
your debt,
hush.
if your debt is $10,000 behind in child support, your bail is $10,000.
and you get
Well,
credit
I've seen where they
$55
let
a
them
day.
pay at least 10%, and they have to
I
make a
know
payment
someone
arrangement
that
before they
paid
get out.
10% and got out.
Is that here in Arkansas?
Yeah, here in
Yes,
Arkansas.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
All right.
if you have a job, the judge will want you to be able to report to work instead of being fired.
Well, in the
It
state of
depends on
Tennessee,
what color you is though.
exactly. In the state of Tennessee, your bail is the amount of child support
Okay,
that you
that's
owe.
not in Arkansas because
Yeah.
in
Just saying.
Arkansas, you pay a certain amount. I think it's 10% and set up payment arrangement, and they will let you out. Because I know several people that has been before and got out.
So
Yeah,
step
me too.
one is handle the debt before y'all get married.
Right.
Step
Yeah.
2 is don't get married in Tennessee.
So
what's
Don't
step
make
3?
any babies in Tennessee.
or divorced in Tennessee.
Okay,
But see,
okay.
it really doesn't matter at this point because you know what women are doing now? They're child support court shopping. Did y'all know that?
That's
What
a
is
whole
that?
other topic.
Do y'all know
man.
what I'm talking about?
So they
So-
filing claims
It
based
is.
on the state.
So
that
let's
has laws?
let's say that you and I have a child here in Arkansas, but Texas or Tennessee awards higher amounts of child
That's true.
support. You know what happens? She moves to that state.
Yep.
This is a serious problem.
Well, you don't necessarily have to move to that state.
Might need to file for case
I
and get
live
it here
here,
in Little
always
Rock,
have, and my child support case was handled in the state of Ohio.
How was that?
The father was in Ohio, and the caseworker here said we're gonna transfer it there because they pay more than here.
Well, but
and
again,
and I didn't have to
but
move
again,
there, but they transferred it there.
But again, and see, this is why this is a serious problem. Because if you are a male and you go down and trying to get support from those caseworkers, they give you no support whatsoever,
Yeah,
none
that's
whatsoever. Okay, but if there's a woman down there, and by the way, they're supposed to be unbiased. So what she said to you was illegal. All right, but
they
they do.
did it.
I know they do it on a regular basis.
Don't be messing up my little vacation money, Dave.
So the point, but the point is that this whole discussion really breaks down to how problematic this child support system is. Period. Because when you look at it, you've got 51 different child support laws, and now that you're allowing people to go across state lines to determine who pays the most child support is ridiculous. And then the other thing is that states understand that the more child support that I collect, that's why when you all were talking about earlier about they accepting you're paying the amount of child support commensurate to what you should be paying, yet it's not authorized through the court.
Right.
What's the difference? If you're paying 21% of your salary, whether it's going through the courts or not, it's 21% of your salary. But the court says, what? Oh, that's a gift. How is that fair? I'll tell you why it's not fair. Because they collect money. So every time they collect a child support check, states collect money off of that. Okay?
Well,
so that's the problem.
It's finna change because Trump Jr. getting divorced, so that's all finna change.
Well, that's alimony. Well, that's alimony. She gonna clean up anyway.
But she already said
she getting alimony and child support with those 5 kids.
And stock options. So that's step 3. Marry a Trump and divorce him. Did you almost cuss on Christian radio?
No.
I get with Ivanka. What's her name? What's the girl name that got divorced? Whoever it is. If you a Trump and you think I'm sexy, inbox me.
Her name is.
Inbox me and I'll meet you in Mar-a-Lago and I'll change your life forever.
Oh my goodness.
And FaceTime Bay while we changing lives.
Well, why we doing that?
Student loan debt gone, everything.
Now, hey,
Goat farms.
Goat farm.
We Gucci.
I mean, I'm just saying, you got goat farm. I can get me some wolves on there. You know, it's gonna be smooth. But you know what? We're gonna take us a break and we're gonna come right back. We're gonna go into trending. Everybody, devil's advocate.
Who did I do? Gotta find that fool. Who did I do? Now I don't take pleasure in a man's pain, but my wrath will come down like the cold rain, and there won't be no shelter, no place you
Having
can
issues
go.
with child support, traffic tickets, criminal matters, family, wills, estates, and probate matters? Call Jimmy C. Morris of the Morris Law Firm here in Little Rock, Arkansas. An aggressive powerhouse attorney that will fight for you. Call him 7 days a week from Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Weekend appointments are also available. And also, check out Jimmy Morris on The Devil's Advocate once a month for our infamous Ask the Attorney segment as he talks about social, political, and legal issues. Check him out, and his dedicated staff of professionals will fight for justice for you. Again, that's the Jimmy C. Morris Law Firm. His number is 501-319-7647. That's the Jimmy C. Morris Law Firm. His number is 501-319-7647. Call him.
Do you have a business or are you looking to start a business? Do you need more customers and traffic to your website? Visit ourblackbusiness.com and sign up for free tips and strategies on how to grow or start your business. Our Black Business has free information on marketing, website design, website traffic, acquiring customers, affiliate programs, and so much more. All of our information is free of charge, so please visit ourblackbusiness.com today.
Twix.
Everybody
Two
knows
cookie
Twix.
bars.
So wait, the dog died. I'm not familiar with this. I ain't
Go on, break it down to
Tell
him.
me
The
what
dog
happened.
was in the overhead bin.
Okay.
I know, but who
You gotta
put a
explain that,
dog-
You gotta
who
explain
would
that
put
to
a
him.
dog
I
in
swear
the
to God, I
overhead
wasn't
bin?
laughing about the dog.
No, but I mean, right. I mean, me and the goat could have been in the overhead
wait,
bin,
wait,
but you know,
now,
the
okay.
dog.
I'm trying to get a visual.
Okay.
So the
explain
dog
to
is-
him how the dog ended.
The overhead bin you put your backpack in.
Okay,
when you go
yes.
Right.
It was a puppy. It was a puppy.
What kind of dog
So they
was it?
killing Fido in the overhead bin. No, this is what it is. The girl went through TSA, and the TSA said that they could not use the pet carrier that she had, so she would have to put the dog in a pet carrier in the overhead
Oh, she
bin.
finna get paid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she about to get real paid. And she put the dog in the overhead bin from a flight from Houston to New York. The dog whined and cried throughout the flight in the overhead bin. They said by the time she heard the dog stop whining, she knew it was dead. And I mean, the dog was folded up. When
She didn't know that
Dang.
dog was dead. She just she making her story.
she about to get paid. She about to have a
She
about to have a
her
kennel.
own plane.
Yeah, that's what happened.
She ain't never got to worry about flying from New York again.
And United Airlines is taking responsibility for it. They said, but I'm just
I
trying
thought
to
you
understand
could
who
take your
puts an
dog
animal in the overhead
Well,
bin.
the flight attendant was insistent about the dog being in the overhead bin, and they kept saying no,
Never
the
seen
dog
that.
wouldn't be able to breathe, and she was just basically like, no, it has to go up there.
Oh, Peter finna get them.
Oh,
And they finna get you too about that goat on your shoulder.
And
my goat will never
First
go.
of all,
to,
but-
my goat gonna sit right in my lap.
Okay, so I'm a dog lover. At what point would you just say I'm not putting my dog in that
right.
bin? I'm
Or
sorry.
they would have kicked off the flight. You know now they be dragging people.
It's no
Remember that?
pressure.
Yeah.
Kick me
They
off.
drag
Kick
people.
me off with my dog. I'm gonna get paid.
You gonna get
But My
paid.
dog's still gonna
Right.
be alive.
Right.
Now you won't have your own plane, but you'll still get paid. Now she finna get her own plane.
Yeah,
What
pretty
kind
much.
of dog was it?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Could have been a
something
lab.
with 4 legs
I got. I got. It was.
instead of 2.
Oh, shit.
Wow. It wasn't no Asians on the plane. Man.
Yeah. Huh?
There was some Asians on the plane.
Yeah, 'cause that dog wouldn't have made it.
Y'all wrong for that.
That dog would have been
They
lunch.
in New York.
Y'all wrong for
They
that.
in New York.
That dog would've
I'm just
been-
saying, ain't they used to have no service?
Ooh,
You gotta
yeah,
fly
and
back
take it
to
to-
Houston.
But here's the issue that I read this morning. How true this is, I'm not sure. That some senator or something
John Kennedy.
want to
Propose.
propose a law about dogs being in an overhead bin, but you have kids that were killed in a school shooting, and you're not up in arms trying to make any type of law, propose a law for that.
Thank you.
Talk to me, somebody.
Yeah, and he was right. I saw it, and dude drug him on Twitter. He said we had 17 children just got killed, and you worried about a dog. And look, don't get me wrong. I'm an animal lover, just like most of us are. You know, and to me, I take a real big offense with people who harm animals, but not minimizing this dog's death. You worried about the wrong priorities. You worry about the wrong priorities. You worried about the dog has more issue to you than 17 kids that lost it, and we still debating about gun law. You got people on the right coming out talking about, oh, they're trying to take your gun. See, that old my right to have guns supersedes your dead kid. People like that need to be dropped in a ditch and have mud thrown on them, because to me, I can't
Hot
do it.
boiling.
We
water.
all
Hot.
love animals, but people need to keep in mind in the court of law, an animal is property.
Right.
It's not your family member.
Right.
You can't get it paid for any type of emotional distress because someone
okay, baby.
killed
It's okay.
your
You're not my
dog.
property. I
It's
love
still
you.
considered
I love
property,
you.
Well, my thing is
like
though,
a car.
Houston don't have like no pet daycare program or nothing.
Look, my dog go to daycare, so
I'm
look.
just asking for a friend. They ain't staying there. Like you can't take your dog and spend that little $17 a day. You pay for your parking. Just take a Uber and let your dog go to pet daycare.
Right.
And we ain't got to worry about the poor dog going over to
Maybe
Chinatown
she
in New
was
York.
going somewhere on vacation and wanted the pet with her.
Drive.
Well, that's an option.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
York ain't that far from Houston. Drive.
Right.
Yeah,
but she gonna
that's
get
true.
paid either way.
She gonna
United
get paid,
already
but
took.
that almost like she was trying to get paid.
I don't think she was
I
trying
really
to get paid.
But they were. But I don't think
She
she
wasn't
thought it-
expecting the dog to die.
Carry on pet.
They be sitting in the seats with dogs. I be on plane every other week. They sit. Let me tell you
The
something.
only dog I think they post a lot is a CNI dog. That's
If
the only
they
one
would have said put Twix in the overhead bin, baby,
You,
I'd have been in New York
Nigga
like
G would've
I'd have
been
been in
on
New
fire.
York like, baby.
Y'all-
That
whole
whole
y'all just
plane would've
don't
left
know.
out the
Y'all
city.
just
she's still
don't
in
know.
Houston. She's
And
still
in news today, we have a plane crash. The nigga G
That's
done
what
went
I'm saying,
one
though.
ham.
But to me though, to me this is my thing because I travel quite a bit. When I'm in the airport, pronounce your T's, Fantasia. When I'm in the airport, I see people check dogs and they put them under the plane.
Right.
I see people with small dogs and their purses walking through the airport. At some point, as a traveler,
Right.
you got to kick in. You got to push the common sense button.
Right.
If I hear my dog whimpering, baby, I'm shutting the plane down
For
from
2
Right.
jump.
hours.
Right.
Because you know what's gonna
2
happen.
hours.
I'm gonna take the dog out, and what you gonna do? You gonna just give me a
First of all,
parachute?
I'm gonna say, look, it should have been annoying to everyone on the plane. A barking dog for 2 hours.
You don't put no crying baby in over here, then.
I'm upset with the crying babies. Stick a bomb.
And the woman that put her drawers up in the thing and tried to air them out. You see that one?
You watch too much late night television.
You didn't see that one?
No, I ain't got cable.
In airport news of the wacky, a colonizer decided during mid-flight she was going to take her panties off, and you know the little air that you little spigot that they have when you get on the plane.
Yes. Are
She
you
was airing
serious?
out her nighty whities.
First
That's
of all,
what she was doing.
real women don't wear panties.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yes, I knew it.
You got something you want to tell us, nigga G?
I can tell.
Exactly.
It wasn't no lines.
Exactly. We in the rough today.
Okay, so changing the topic. Arkansas gonna lose today too. By the way,
Oh, I hope not.
they
I
gonna lose
hope
to
not.
Butler. It's gonna happen. It's on my bracket. It's on my sheet because Arizona done messed up my whole thing. So I need Butler to pull this out because everybody on my little group pulling for Arkansas, and I'm Arkansas, but Butler gonna beat them.
Gonna beat them.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you who's gonna win it all.
Who?
The team with the best score at the end of the tournament.
Of course.
Well, thank you for the obvious.
Yeah, I picked Arizona, so I don't have a dog in the hunt no more.
You know, okay. So, in other news, what is going on? Well, I wanted to talk about this. What did you guys think about the walkout? Everybody was talking about they had the walkout nationally. And Dave, I want to get your input on this because now we're going to dwell in the politics. Now, actually, some people I heard were upset because they didn't do a lot of it at Central, and you know that's an historical school here, high school here in Little Rock.
They did march.
Did they march?
Did.
Did they actually?
It was on the front of the Arkansas Democratic
They,
Gazette.
well, they said a lot of people. Well, you know, I don't know.
A lot of white kids did.
A lot of white kids.
Yeah,
did it.
yeah. It was just the black kids. They ain't got
It
no
was
grades.
colonizers.
Yeah,
They
'cause
did that.
Central, what they did was they gave a pop quiz when they walked out, and you had, and you had 10 minutes. I'm dead serious. You had 10 minutes to finish the quiz, and it was worth 200 points.
200
So
points.
if you walked out, you just lost minus 200 in class with your black tail.
Yeah, and that has been going on nationwide, and of course, people on the right are hot because, of course, us pesky libtards or libertards, as they call us, have set these children up to go and march about the gun violence issue in this country. And see, this is where people on the right are making a big mistake because these kids getting ready to vote in the
That's
next
true.
year or two.
That's true.
And y'all getting ready to get voted out.
They about to make a change.
They getting ready to make a big change. So you can sit around here and start talking about this, that, and some of these kids probably come from families that are conservative, that have gun ownership, but they tired. They tired. How many kids we got to keep losing, and you want to protect your AR-15? And look, I'm a gun owner. I've got numerous guns. But one thing about it is, and I just can't do it, is that when I hear people, if I have to give up one of my guns to save some children, I'm giving up my guns to save some children.
Some cheering.
If I got some children. I've been down here too long, so children.
Whoop it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Dave, come and talk to us about this because I know you've been probably following this walkout. So talk to us about this.
Well, first of all, I was proud of those kids. We talked a lot about this on Black Focus. If you look at any movement that has taken place in the history of the world, it was began by children. Most recently, the movement for civil rights. You go back and look at those people who were marching, who had cannons, water cannons turned on them, dogs sicked on them. Those were children. You look at the battle for against apartheid in South Africa, Soweto. Those were children. So if we empower our children, then we can change the world. I think what annoyed me more than anything, though, as I watched the one of the marches where the white kids were in the background saying, "Hands up, don't shoot." hands up, don't shoot. You all get that?
Well, I think that's what bothers me about it is because I think kids are just walking out because they think it's cool.
Right.
Well,
I know if they got the right purpose for it.
I agree with that, but some kids, people are lemmings. They follow the crowd.
Right.
So the fact that they had the temerity to get up and walk out, I applaud them. But here's why I brought up the thing about hands up, don't shoot. And there was an article in the Philadelphia Inquirer just yesterday that I referenced on the show about the black kids who have been suffering murder and mayhem in their neighborhoods for decades. And white kids have not bothered to even be concerned about those black kids who are, in some cases, their own classmates being killed. Now, all of a sudden, they want black kids to join their movement to stop the gun violence. Well, had they joined the black kids 20 years ago, maybe we wouldn't be at this point. That's my point. Here's the other thing is that when you use hands up, don't shoot.
I was delayed. I got ADHD. I'm sorry, Dave.
Hands up, don't shoot is a reference to police brutality. That came out of the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay. By the way, did you see any white kids marching with Black Lives Matter? Hello.
They was in class taking that pop.
Okay.
I think I did. I seen a small amount.
But here's my point. That phrase is strictly for Black Lives Matter because it denotes that police are killing innocent black people on a regular basis and no one cares.
Question though, is it just me or has that kind of toned down a little bit?
No, it hasn't. There was one that happened just this past weekend. You just don't hear about it in the media.
Is that what it is?
Okay. Right. Now, they say this young lady had a knife, but they shot her and killed her. I've forgotten where it was, but it happened this past weekend or last weekend, okay? But the point I'm trying to make here is that I agree with what they're doing. We do need to change these laws. It doesn't make any sense that an 18-year-old can go and buy an AR-15, okay? But he has to be 21, check this out, to buy a pistol.
And you can buy it on Amazon and have it shipped to your house.
All right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then if you've never realized what these gun shows are, have you all ever been to a gun show?
Oh, yeah.
All right. All you have to do is drop down your cash, and you can walk out with anything you want. Okay. There's no background checks, no anything. So to stop that needs to be done. But at the end of the day, I applaud these kids and Little Rock Central. My biggest concern was, were they going to show up? Because anytime there's an issue like this, I feel Little Rock Central ought to be at the forefront here in Little Rock because of its history. And I'm saying that because I'm an alumni as well. And I think most of us who agree who went to that school would say the same thing. But they showed up in droves. In fact, I posted it on my website. It was actually a beautiful thing to see from the front of that school, seeing those kids file out of that front door and just cover that front ground. So they did participate as well. So.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Well, as an educator, it doesn't bother me at all. I like to see kids do something positive. I just want to make sure that we have discussions on why we're doing it beforehand, because I would have made provisions for the kids to be safe while they were outside. I would have made sure that grown folks were supervising kids inside and outside the building.
Right.
But be clear on your purpose. Don't just do it because you got a snap that
Exactly.
says, hey, bro, we walking out of class tomorrow at 10 o'clock to 10:17.
Fist fight.
Know the purpose. Prime example, my niece and nephews walked out of class here
Right.
in Little Rock. And so I get a call, the attendance clerk call saying that my child has missed one or more classes today. And so I call my nephew, who is, he has challenges. I said, well, hey, tell me why you walked out. Oh, I just walked out because everybody else was walking. I thought it was cool.
Wrong
That's
reason.
my issue.
Wrong reason.
Right.
Now, my niece was able to articulate.
Right. Why
We walked out. We sat outside for 17 minutes. It was peaceful. It was controlled. My teachers knew we were going to walk out. So just make sure we're clear on the intent. Don't just walk out.
And I
because
didn't
you
want to be in
think it's
class. So that
Right.
that worked
Right.
too. And by the way,
But should the parents have addressed that with the kids?
But that's the issue, though, Dave. If I'm handling my niece and nephew's attendance, that tell you all about their parents right there. And I live in Dallas. Right. Yeah.
So and did you see this other article that Dylan Roof's sister got arrested bringing a gun?
Right.
The whole family's cray.
Had a gun.
No, they're not crazy.
No, they sick, but
They're racist.
yeah,
That's what
They doing what they've been doing.
Right.
Exactly. They're not crazy. Let's stop attributing craziness to white people who want mass murder and hate black people.
Ooh.
That's not crazy.
Hold on.
What-
There we go. That's a hot take.
Not crazy.
well, thank you, Dave.
Well, I think,
No, I'm not
though,
gonna use the minute. They crazy.
here's my thing, though. If you hate black people so much, why don't you go places where you can talk to them and deal with it? Then, if you so bad, go to Dade County. Go to Dade County with
That's
your.
what I said. Well, I mean, don't you think we would love to hear your views on that?
Yeah, go on down
They
to
won't
Dade
make it
County and
5
show me.
minutes too
If you
big.
want to impress me with your bad self,
Right.
Go on down to Chicago
Wakanda.
and take care of that.
Yeah.
Handle it.
Well, let's not forget that racism is taught.
I agree.
Yes,
agree.
it
You know,
is.
it is definitely taught. Kids watch what their parents do, what their family do. If you're just sitting around watching TV and your parent is saying something, you know, calling someone, referring to someone by the N-word, well, most kids are gonna think, hey, that's what I'm supposed to do.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
Until you do meet some in school that say, you know, my dad was a racist and he said this and he said that. But once I have been around black people, I found out that it's not true.
And
Right.
we make your babies cute. I'm just saying. Like, I had a friend that was a racist.
That just made me.
I'm not racist, just my friends are.
She ain't like black dudes. She dated one. Now she
that.
she got Twix too, but it ain't no dog.
Well, let me say, that cute baby thing, no. Some of the
Ain't too
most
many
beautiful.
ugly mixed kids though, Nick. Ain't too many ugly mixed kids. Yeah, they
I've
got
seen
some
a
problems, but
couple.
they ain't ugly though.
No,
Hey,
no,
your
no.
baby look like Drake.
Most of the most beautiful kids I have ever seen are black.
Black kids.
They're not mixed.
And some of the finest women in the world is mixed, other than you.
Now
You the exception to the
you
rule.
all wrong on that.
There's
You
some-
totally wrong
Halle
on
Berry
that.
ain't Halle Berry mixed. What color Halle Berry is?
She mixed with Cray Cray and
She mixed with fine and super fine.
Yep.
Angela Bassett, look at her.
Angela
Right.
Bassett,
But she's
well,
great, though.
Well, she mixed up though. I don't know. If she
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, see, that statement is all wrong. Some of the most beautiful and fine women walking around,
Big fine women.
Yeah.
100% black.
So what you
With
make?
white
Hey.
husbands.
So you choose straight melanin, nigga. G, go. Let's set her up for this.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
You
ain't
straight
mixed with
melanin, bro.
nothing.
You straight
I ain't
melanin.
mixed with nothing.
I can
You
think
ain't mixed with
And
nothing.
I'm super fine.
You super.
Amen.
Whoa.
Ring the bell.
You put a ding a bell for there,
yeah.
right there.
Okay,
Right.
so here we go.
So
Go ahead, you go ahead, because I think
no,
I
because I
think your
was
topic
talking while
gonna
we
be more
talking about
devilish than mine.
Did you see the video going around with a Hispanic lady or Latino lady or white Becky that was pretending that she was Hispanic went around taking her children to the mosque, telling her to hate Muslims. I know you saw that, Dave. Yeah,
I didn't see
and you're
that.
right. It's taught.
What channel do you watch? I'm just curious. Like, where do you get your news
It
from?
was on Facebook Live. They got it.
You,
Her
you get your
Facebook
news from
news.
Facebook.
Yeah, most people
So
get their
you
news
wake
from.
up
Right,
in
me
the
too.
morning
Most people
and
get
sit
their
on
news.
the pot and read Facebook.
Yep, on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Okay, there it is. That explains so much.
No, but it was on Huffington
Plenty.
Post, and they ran the video for her going to the mosque with her children, saying, "Look, you know what? And the kids up here like, yeah, Muslims they have sex with goats and molest little girls and all this stuff, and they got her on video. They had to white people dragging her on it. This was in Arizona.
I did not know you was Muslim, bro.
Yeah, I like Akbar. That's why I got this goat here.
Nah, I thought I saw you eat some pork.
When?
Real.
He a new Muslim.
Yeah, I'm that 21st century Muslim.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they dragging her. And you're right. The point is, nigga G, racism is taught. She's teaching her kid, and that's what inflames even white folk. They like, how dare you go and put that in your kid's head? How
But
dare you?
You're true, but as racism is taught, I think that we need to teach our kids to be proud of being black, proud of their heritage,
Right.
proud of who they are.
Right.
I think that, especially for those dark-skinned girls, they need to be taught that their complexion is just as beautiful as someone that is light-skinned and
And
black.
tell Alicia Keys put that makeup back on.
Hush.
Right here looking handsome.
Yeah, because y'all sisters up here be wanting all these dark men. I love men, fine, chocolate black men. Y'all better get these posts
Hey,
out
I
because
love
these barge, the camera brothers coming back. Y'all just hating on us. We the dark skinned brother just getting all the love.
Well, I'm
He
light
need
skinned,
all
dark
the
skinned, and
love.
caramel at the same
Al B.
Yeah.
Sure Shade been out since the 80s,
right.
early 90s.
You see that, Dave?
Get you.
You see that?
I'll be sure reference.
I'll be sure.
Get
reference.
you a-
Al B.
I think
Sure
there was some shade over my
Al.
way.
No, listen, ladies, get you a 40-year-old black man.
Wow, I'll be sure.
I'll be sure.
Get
Shade.
you-
So the camera
See, you
brothers
thought
is
I was a
out.
lot younger than that. I'm almost.
You knew you thought he was
I'm
fine when
almost-
he was younger. You knew you thought he was fine.
Look
You
here,
did.
you get you ladies, get you a pleasantly plump, over 40, gray beard, black man.
Right.
You gonna be straight.
Thank you.
You
The sisters is caught up in the skin.
prototype.
Brother,
On the prototype.
I'm just telling you.
Now look, I can't fit the Black Panther suit, but baby, trust me, my vibranium is real.
I mean, it's bad enough the Drakes don't get no love. Now the Caramel Brothers don't get no love. I'll be sure
Look,
we
my
out
thing
of
is, we all dark skinned when they close them curtains.
Thank you.
No, that's
And
not,
you know
that
you
ain't
did
the
this
truth.
same thing night and day. So I don't know why you acting like I'll be sure he out.
I had a girl dump me in school about Al B. Sure.
Naturally,
I told her post
mine.
it on lock
Who
and she
you
broke
love?
up.
is
Look,
so
let me hush because we got Al B. Sure over here.
You know what?
He look better than Al B. Sure. Have you seen how Al
Al
B.
B.
Sure
Sure
look
look
later?
like Chris
Have you seen
Williams.
how he look now?
Word. If you see Christopher Williams, boy.
Hey, I always tell some men are as sensitive as Al B. Sure on a rainy day.
Hey, am I the only one who didn't know the words to Al B. Sure songs? I used to go around and say, I want to help you get boom, 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 girl.
It's only one song you know though.
I
It's
want to
only-
help you get boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom,
Hey, I
girl.
love Al B. Sure.
And every time I see the little son is raised by Diddy, it just brings laughter to my soul.
Yeah, it does.
Because see, that's a prime example.
I
know
knew
his
you
child
was
support.
finna go
I
into
know
that.
his
I
child support
knew
wasn't
you-
caught up. He ain't had no hits.
I knew you.
He had a hit since Natalie.
Yep.
And so you mean tell me that Kim, that's there it is right there. Okay, ladies, with y'all supportive selves, Al B. Sure was so fine when you had that baby with him. Then
Thank
you met
you.
Diddy.
Thank you.
Then you met Diddy. Now you mad because Diddy won't help you get back with Al B. Sure.
Hold on, nigga.
Yeah.
Your boy Al up here on you. He
Oh,
like,
my
then you're
goodness.
not lying because her sister is real fine. Who your sister is?
My sister is very fine.
See what I'm saying?
Your whole family fine. Y'all come from a great tribe.
Nigga, that's
No.
that's a great
I
little
know.
nigga.
My sister Simone Green. She's in Chicago.
She in Chicago.
Chi-town. What's that? She on the south side?
Okay, I'm going
She is
Chicago.
on the south side. She's in
Hey, look here.
Bronzeville.
Simone, I
She's
know you
in
listen to Simone.
She may be listening.
Go on
She's in
83rd to
Bronzeville.
Harold's Chicken before you come home. Get us a 6-piece with sauce on the side. All right. Then I want you to go over to Caribbean Joe's on 77 in Halstead.
Right.
See, I'm from the shop, baby. I can tell you about that.
There you go.
And go get me some oxtails. Just oxtails.
I just made oxtails yesterday. I could have brought you some.
Boy, that's how they like get out. So everybody, I want to thank Nikki G. We all agree she just did a fine job. They're going to ring the bell for Stanley. Thank you. Of course, my man. Dilly. And then, my man Stanley, he up here. Thank you for joining us, bro. For being in town, John.
Thank y'all for me cover my child support. I appreciate it.
Okay, all right. Of course, my main man Head Sanford, and of course Super Dave. You guys stand by. It's almost time for Black Focus, and we thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for hanging out with us in the room. Hey, look, we got some great things coming up next couple of weeks. Stand by. It's gonna be smoking. And don't forget, we'll see you here again next Friday. And don't forget, if you can't stand the heat-
Before you go, I gotta say something.
what you gotta say?
P.O.P. baby, mama, I love you. Hold it down.
If you can't stand the heat, stay out of Hell's Kitchen. We'll see you later, folks.
Pastor Danita Waller-Page and the White Memorial